Welcome to Lesson 1, Part 2. In this section, we are going to look at question words, السؤال, and ألف لام التعريف.
This video is brought to you by the Critical Language Service. To learn more about our distance Arabic education programs for schools, visit us on the web at www.criticallanguageservice.com.
The definite article L. Review. L functions similarly to the word the, and its presence makes a noun definite. In Arabic we say التعريف. For example, طالب, a student, it's indefinite. Once we add ألف لام التعريف, it becomes الطالب, الطالب, the student, definite. A word can still be definite without L. Example, proper nouns, just like English. Names of people and places can be definite without ألف لام. Example, فرنسا, France. We don't say France, we say فرنسا. مصر, Egypt. We don't say مصر. Mahmoud, it's a proper noun. We don't say Mahmoud. We wouldn't say Mahmoud just as you wouldn't say the Robert. So Mahmoud, Masr. The definite article ألف لام التعريف, used with abstract and generic concepts. The Arabic L is used in more contexts than the English the. For example, in Arabic we say أدرس الأدب, I study literature. But literally it says I study the literature. الأدب. Notice that adab is an abstract entity and we use alif lam with it. So if I want to say I study Arabic at the university, I would say أدرس العربية في الجامعة. Literally it means I study the Arabic at the university. Notice how in Arabic we use alif lam for abstract concepts. في الجامعة is just to define جامعة at the university. So this implies that the speaker and I know which university I'm referring to, just like the in English. Compare this to English when you would say I study Arabic at university. For example, if you would express your love for coffee in English, you would say I love coffee. In Arabic you would say أحب القهوة. It's not a specific brand, it's not a specific type of coffee, it just means you love coffee in general. Same for this example, if you want to say I drink coffee in the morning, you say in Arabic أشرب الشاي في الصباح. في الصباح. The definite article التعريف, English versus Arabic usage. Let's look at the Arabic word Kitaab, meaning book. Kitaab would be translated into a book because it's an unknown or unspecified noun. Notice how in Arabic you don't need any kind of indefinite article, whereas in English you would use a. Other example we have الأستاذ. الأستاذ. Notice how ألف لام تعريف is exactly the teacher in English. So it's a known and specific noun. Now when you want to talk about abstract entities or ideas, broad categories such as literature, happiness, medicine, in English you would use the noun itself, literature. In Arabic we add alif lam to say al-adab, literally translated into the literature. Al-adab, literature. Question words, interrogatives. Asking questions in Arabic does not differ much from English. In formal Arabic and in most spoken Arabic dialects, the interrogative particle, question words, comes at the beginning of the sentence, as you can see below. Notice أين, من, ما. These are some of the question words, interrogative particles in Arabic. أين is used to ask about place. It's kind of where. So أين تسكن. Where do you live? In Arabic is made into أين تسكن. من is used to ask about a person. من هو? Who is he? ما عنوانك. ما what? What is your address? عنوان is address. عنوانك, your address. ما هذا. Again, ما for thing. What is this? هذا this. Spoken Arabic or عامية has a different set of question words. For example, if I want to ask how are you in Egyptian, I would say ازيك. ازيك. For men, remember, informal. In spoken, I would say مين. مين بيحب الشاي? Who wants tea? For what? For things, I would say إيه. إيه الأخبار? What are the news? Literally, it means what's up. You can see in spoken, just like in الفصحى, the question words come at the beginning of the sentence. ازيك, كاف is a subject, is an attached pronoun. You, ازيك, مين, إيه, all came at the beginning of the word. Interrogatives and Egyptian dialect. In Egyptian dialect, interrogatives can come at the end of the question. We saw earlier that it can come at the beginning. Now we're going to see it can come at the end. Like, تشرب إيه? إيه is what? This means what do you want to drink? What do you want to drink? But in عامية, in Egyptian dialect, it would be drink what? تشرب إيه? تحب تروح فين? فين? Where? Where do you want to go? In general, the interrogative particle takes the place of the noun it replaces. So if you start with a sentence, تشرب شاي, the question is going to be what do you want to drink? You have the sentence تشرب شاي, drink tea. So when you want to make a question, you take the tea, you get rid of it, and you replace it with the question word إيه. تشرب إيه? Drink what? Words for what in formal Arabic. Formal Arabic has two words for what, ما and ماذا. ما is used in sentences without verbs. For example, ما جنسية الدكتورة سارة? What is the nationality of Dr. Sarah? Notice there is no verb in this sentence. Another example, ما اسم والدك? ما اسم والدك? What's your father's name? In Arabic, there is no verb in this sentence. What name your father? No verb. ماذا is preferred for questions with verbs. Example, ماذا تعمل والدتك? ماذا work your mother? That's a literal translation. It means what does your mother work? Notice the verb تعمل. ماذا تشرب في الصباح? What do you drink in the morning? Notice the verb تشرب. Now take a few seconds to go over the structures and sentences on this page. Prepositions or interrogative particles. Prepositions may pair up with interrogative particles, question words. In such phrases, the preposition always comes first. For example, in فصحى, من أين, من is the preposition, أين is the question word, في أي, preposition, question word, مع من. In Egyptian عامية, we say منين. If you notice, منين is a fusion of من أين and فصحى, and with time it became منين. في أي, same. مع من becomes مين in مصري. For some examples, let's look at في أي جامعة تدرس. In which university do you study? As you have noticed, في أي is to ask for a place, or rather which place, where. من أين أنت? Where are you from? من أين, place. In عامية we say صاحبتك منين? Your friend, from where? Where is your friend from? Now for the easy part. Yes-no questions. To ask yes-no questions in Arabic, we use the same word order and structure as statements. Straightforward. As you can see, مها مصرية, أنت طالبة. مها is Egyptian and you are a student. So basically it's an intonation thing. So مها مصرية, question, مها مصرية, أنت طالبة? And the answer would be yes, نعم, no, لا. Note that it does not yes-no question does not use helping verbs like do, does, or is, are, in addition to intonation to ask questions such as do you like ice cream. So if I want to ask do you like ice cream in Arabic, I would say تحب ice cream in عامية, or تحب مثلجات. Notice I asked the equivalent of do you like ice cream, or just rather in Arabic like ice cream literally. There was no word for do, does, is, or are. In formal Arabic, yes-no questions are introduced by the particle هل. هل أنت طالبة? The answer would be yes or no. Are you a student? Yes, I'm a student, or no, I'm a student. And in Arabic, نعم أنا طالبة, كلا لست طالبة. هل مها مصرية? The answer would be نعم إنها مصرية, or no, كلا هي ليست مصرية. Is she Egyptian? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Take a few seconds to compare and contrast the sentences on this page. Now let's review the interactive particles. So for what in questions without verbs we use ما في الفصحى and إيه in عامية. For what in questions with verbs we use ماذا in فصحى وإيه in عامية. For which we use أي in فصحى and أي in عامية. For who in English we use من in فصحى and مين in مصري. For where in English we have أين in فصحى and فين in عامية. How in English كيف in فصحى and إزاي in مصري. And for yes-no questions we have هل in فصحى, and notice there is no equivalent in عامية or in English for this matter.